Hey, Laurence
Hey
Archer.
man, how are you?
Good, Lawrence. Good to see you. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. Very good. You?
Good as well, Lawrence. A pleasure to have you today. And Grand Slam's Wheel of Fortune, your new album is to be out on June 7th. So, would you like to tell me a bit on the songwriting process and the production behind this new upcoming album?
Yeah, well, so the way we get to the point of the end of the song is essentially I I write the basis of the song. I write the the I put the feel of the song together, and I write the verse and the chorus, and maybe an intro or guitar solo or whatever, and try and put the whole thing together. I normally, with the lyrical content, uh, I normally have I might have a chorus or I might have a theme of the song, but I give it then to Mike, and Mike, the singer, and I get together, or Mike remotely writes the lyric. We were very uh, lucky in that when we did the album, we did it in a residential studio. So we all lived in the studio while we were doing the all the backing tracks. So
Mm.
uh, Mike and I and everybody in the band could sort of get to the point where we were happy with the lyrical content. But most of it comes from Mike, apart from maybe the odd chorus line or whatever. And then uh, as far as the musical content, um, uh, we go. I went into the studio for 2 days, the rehearsal studio for 2 days with the guys, and I give them the idea, and you know, I don't really have to tell them what to do. They're all great players. I have an idea in my head, but I let them do their thing. I'm very happy to have the guys on board, and uh, it comes together very naturally. And but the songs I've had some recent, and some I wrote, anything up to 10 years ago. So
Beautiful, beautiful. And speaking on the album, 10 mind-blowing songs, beautifully written, keeping the classic rock touch to it, beautifully done. Each and every song on this album, fantastic work. And as I said, great songwriting, amazing musicianship. And this entire album is totally outstanding. Each and every song, so beautiful to listen as a whole.
thank you.
I want to thank you and the entire band for this awesomeness in this album. And as a creator, how do you guys feel about the outcome of this album?
Well, I think everybody is happy. Everybody's really, really pleased with it. But for me, I am, when I write a song, I have a vision in my head of how it wants, how I want it to sound. And I was very lucky to be in total control of the production side of the album, and uh, it it did everything that I wanted it to do. And I believe, even though I say so myself, I think the album has the makings of a classic album. And as you touched on the songwriting, uh, you know, I've written the same way since day one. I was very heavily influenced as a kid by UFO and Thin Lizzy and those classic
Mm.
rock bands. And I've never really changed my writing that much. It's always been on a similar way. But the thing that is important to me is the feel of the song, the story in the song, but most of all is the melodic element in the song, whether it's a ballad or a heavy rock song. I think it's important to have if somebody can walk out of a room after they've listened to your song and they're whistling the tune, as a songwriter, for me, this is like an achievement for me, because to get into somebody's head and they're whistling the melody of the song is important. And when I get to a stage where we've, you know, maybe before we even get to the final mix of the song, I'll play the song to many of my friends and get their reaction, and I can tell normally straight away if they like it, or they, you know, sometimes they'd be singing the chorus the second time it comes in, so it's already in their head. So these things are important to me. But the total album as a whole, I love the album. I love the outcome. I know it's my vision, but I hope everybody likes it. For me, it shows the diversity of my writing, but it keeps the character of the 4 members of the band.
Yeah, beautiful. And you have also released 2 videos from this album, There Goes My Heart and Spitfire. Would you like to
Yes.
tell me a bit on the making of these videos and about the songs in particular?
Yeah, well, there Goes My Heart. I wrote, when I originally wrote that song, I wrote it very much as like a traditional love hurt ballad type of thing. And when we rearranged it for the album and we rewrote the lyric, we made it a bit more fun. Is it about the girl or is it about the car? And so we had fun making the video. And I live in Spain, and I got all the guys to come to Spain, and I found the locations and local theatre, and we shot it very cheaply in our in my local area. This is where I live. You know, this is what I see out my window. You know, so but it was great fun to do. We did 3 videos while we were here. So the other 2 have yet to come. You know, doing There Goes My Heart was great fun, because also a lot of the fans traveled to be in the bar, and we had a biker club. Great guys from the biker motorcycle club came down and you know, hung with the band, and it was great. It was great fun to do. And the film crew came over from England, and they were great guys too. So the whole process was really a lot of fun. Spitfire, we did this in London. We did this in a studio in London, and it's quite a long process. There's quite a lot of CGI and bits and pieces we had to put together for it. But I'm very happy with the outcome of the Spitfire video. We have, just so you know, we have another video which is soon to be released, just before the album, which is from Let's Come Together, another song on the album. And it's another video we did here. Also, we have done a video for the Pirate song, and Star-Crossed Lovers. So there's quite a lot of social media content to come regarding all those things, and we might do like a making of the videos, or we might do we're going into to do 3 more tracks for special releases. which we're going to do videos for too, but it will probably be in the studio of us playing. So yeah, but I love that whole process. I was in the film industry for a little while myself, so it was good fun to do.
Fantastic, fantastic, Laurence. And any big plans on June 7th on the day of the release?
I have to talk to the record company about that, but hopefully, yes, there will be a big splash. It's quite a big anniversary, really, because it's only really a month off the original formation of Grand Slam in 1984. It's 40 years anniversary, so there's that to celebrate. Also, it's a D-Day, or the Battle of Britain, I think, is on the 6th of June, which all ties in with the album. So with Spitfire. But yeah, we'll be jumping up and down on the day of release.
And are there any big international touring plans for 2024?
Well, in 2024 we are we're playing Paris in a couple of weeks' time, and then we go to Sweden for a week or so, and then in August we're in Ireland, and then I think in October we go back to France. We've got a couple of festivals and things. We've been waiting really for the release of the album before we make a decision on what we think is the best way forward, because we want to make it the right thing. You know, we want to make it the right thing for us to do. We'd love to get a really good support with a major band, or go out as a co-headline somewhere. But obviously, this is our goal. This is our end goal, to get out and play in front of you guys. You know, this is what we want to do. This is the whole reason we put the album together. You know, it's all about playing live, and we are very much a live band. You know, we're very much what you hear on the album is very similar to what you hear live. There's no, you know, we do what we do in the studio on the stage. So and Mike, my singer, is a fantastic frontman. You know, he's a very theatrical frontman, and people go away when we play. Normal people go away very surprised that they've had such a great time. So yeah, it's our plan, if we can find the right agent and the right person to put us on the right tour. This is our goal.
Beautiful, beautiful. And as we've spoken, Grand Slam formed by Phil back in 1984, and a huge comeback in 2018, the reformation of the band, and in 2019, your debut album, and now another new album, Wheel of Fortune. So how do you feel about the road that you have traveled so far?
Well, it's not, you know, it's, music industry isn't what it used to be, and it's been my goal for 30 years to do the songs that I wrote with Phil, because I've never really liked the fact that there's songs out there on social media and other platforms, YouTube, and that are for want of a better effect, stolen recordings from the studio that weren't finished. So and some of them were just working progress songs that we were in the progress of writing. So it's always been my goal to make the Hit the Ground album. You know, those songs, the songs I wrote with Phil, you know, five or six of the songs on there are the songs I wrote with Phil. So it's always been my goal to record them properly, so the fans can hear the songs as they should have been heard. You know, it's a better representation of what it would have ended to be on an album with you know, with Phil, obviously, or without Phil, you know, as it is. But you know, it's been a long road for me. It took me a long time to get to be able, mentally and physically and financially, to do this, the first album. And you know, the Wheel of Fortune is all about this journey and the people that try to get involved in our journey, and some people that took a lot of money off us, and some, you know, so this is what Wheel of Fortune is about, the song. But the journey's been great. We love every minute of it, and all four guys in the band are, you know, this is a band, and we as far as us moving forward, everybody in the band is fighting for us to get to where we should be, where we think we should be anyway. And you know, it's a pleasure to play with those guys, and the journey's been fun and good and great, and we've had a great time doing it. We've had some hard times, some struggles, you know, being accepted. It's quite hard for people to see it as a new band, which it is really, when you have an old retrospective name. But essentially it is a new band, and I want people to see it as a new band. We still have the heritage of the original Grand Slam, but it's just about moving my songwriting and my experience with Phil and everything that I experienced writing with Phil. You know, I got on so well with Phil as a writer, and that's why I think I was got so close to Phil, because I wasn't just a guitar player, I was a writer, not just a guitar player, you know. So I think Phil and I got on very well because of that. And you know, I don't want to put a downer or anything, but you know, when you do a new project, or you do a project that has a name like that associated to Phil, you get a lot of people trying to jump on the bandwagon. And some just want to make their own success, or want to take you for money, or want to, you know. So we've had a lot of ups and downs, and it's been a fight, but it's, you know, we've been strong, and we've come out the other side, and we're really happy. We've got a great record company. Hopefully we've got a great future with touring and playing gigs, and you know, we're already writing new songs for you know, I have a bank of songs already for the next album that we'll do. So the journey's been good, but we're not at the end of our journey yet. We've got a way to go.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Lawrence, what would be some of the highlight moments for the band in the last couple of years since the band was reunited in 2018?
So, sorry, say that again.
So would you like to tell a bit of the highlight moments for Grand Slam since the rejoining of 2018?
Yeah, well, we've had some great moments, because we've headlined a few of the smaller festivals. We've done some shows in front of many Lizzie and Grand Slam fans alike, and we've had some fantastic reviews and fantastic one-to-one with the audiences, where, you know, they've given us nothing but praise, and it's always a very nice thing to know that, you know, that the hardcore element of Lizzie fans and other people, Phil Lynott fans, for example, are really appreciating what you're doing, you know. And although we're a new band and it's new material on this new album, whatever, there's still a connection because, you know, I still write in the same way I did back in 1984. I still have this. This is a natural process. I don't do anything by design. It's just the way I write, and I, you know, I'm writing all the time. I'm writing songs all the time, so there's no lack of songs or material. But I mean, we've had quite a few high points. I would say personally, my high point was when we did Hit the Ground album, was hearing those songs. You know, I because I'm very heavily involved in the production and the arrangement of the songs when we're recording them, and I'm at the desk all the time, 24 hours a day. And one day I walked out of the studio and the door was ajar, and we just done a rough mix. I've just done a rough mix of Gone Are the Days, which is on the first album. And I'm standing there thinking about something else, and I could hear the song being played in the studio. And I just went, well, it sounds exactly how I wanted it in my head. And I could just hear it on the radio, you know, I could hear it out there in front of people for the first time. It's sort of very much sort of, I knew that what we were doing was the right thing. So for me, that was personally, that was a sort of relevant moment for me. But I mean, as gigging every night we play, you know, we've had so many great shows that I couldn't have wanted for anything more than the reactions that we've got, and having great fun on stage. So yeah, many highlights really.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I know this goes way back, but do you remember some of the wonderful time that you have with Phil back in the days?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we had some crazy times, to be honest. We were very serious when we were doing the music, but I mean, Phil liked to party as much as anybody else. So we used to do some mad things, you know. I remember when it was the 4th of July, and we all dressed up as cowboys and went into central London to a very well-known nightclub, dressed up in cowboys with the cowboy hats, the whole thing. And I was driving, and we got stopped by the police in the middle of Kensington High Street in London, and they told us to get out the car. And obviously, when we got out the car, we were all dressed in cowboy, and they recognized who we were straight away. But it was they were like a bit surprised. But yeah, no, I've had some mad times with Phil. We used to go out quite a lot late at night, come back. Phil used to fall asleep, and I'd be driving. Phil used to fall asleep, and his head would be in my lap, where he'd fall asleep and sleep on my lap while I was driving home. And then, yeah, I mean, I lived at Phil's house for quite some time when I was doing the Grand Slam project. So that, yeah, there were many mad nights, and very, very nice. You know, I mean, I spent time driving Phil because he didn't have a driving license, and we used to have a couple of band limos, and I used to drive him down to see his kids and Sarah and stuff. So yeah, um, you know, there are obvious stories to tell, but you know, I don't really go there on the heavier side of it. But you know, Phil was like a great mentor for me, and we had a lot of very in-depth discussions sitting on the stairs in his house. Uh, um, so I have great memories and very fond memories of being with Phil. I mean, he was like he very much. I think he saw me as a completely different thing to most of the people that hang around him, because I was very, very clean boy. I didn't drink, I didn't smoke, I didn't do drugs. I was very much into my sport. I was racing push bikes, and you know, I was married, and you know, to a lovely wife that worked in the bank. So my life was, apart from being, you know, on stage with Phil or in whatever band I was in, you know, it was a very clean life, and Phil wanted to be around that, you know. I think he enjoyed the fact of getting away from the too much of the party stuff, but we did party quite a bit, you know. So we had a lot of fun, and you know, Phil was a hard guy, you know, a lovely guy. You know, we were very close, and it's a very sad loss.
And what's next for Grand Slam? Are there more big plans coming for the band?
Yeah, well, I'm just about to go into the studio, and where we did the album, we're going back to there to do uh, three songs, mainly for bonus songs that we're doing for the Japanese album, because this is all part and parcel of, you know, if you have a domestic release in Japan, they always have like 3 bonus tracks. But one of the tracks we're going to do, I think, is going to come out as a special edition. We're doing a cover of a song, a traditional song that I think everybody's going to enjoy. I'm not going to say what it is, but I think everybody will enjoy it. And we'll be recording it in a very similar way that we did with the album. And we're doing an acoustic version of The Feeling Is Strong, Joe's song. And we are doing a brand new song that I've written, which I've had for a couple of years now. So very much looking forward to that. And I think we'll be doing quite a lot of shooting videos and taking pictures in the studio. And I think I mentioned before that so the pirate song, for example, we are doing like an animated video, you know, animated figures of us, like a cartoon, but it mixes into real life, and we're going to be shooting some of that as well. So that's the next thing for me to do, as literally, and then we rehearse for a couple of days, and we fly to Paris to do the show in Paris. So that would be fun.
Fantastic, fantastic, Lawrence. And Lawrence, finally, any message for Grand Slam, Tin Lizzy, and classic rock fans around the world?
Well, yeah, my message would be, have a look at the videos on YouTube, Spitfire and There Goes My Heart. It's on the Grand Slam Rocks YouTube, and also our Facebook. Grand Slam Rocks. It has links to the pre-ordering of the album, but it also has links. You can see the different colored vinyls that's coming out, and it's on cassette also, and it's on CD also, and it's the roulette wheel. So there's some really nice products there, but also keep an eye out for the next video. I think we've got another release coming soon, just before the album, which will be another new video. So yeah, but you know, listen to the album if you like. If you know, listen to the singles if you like them. Buy the album, and let me know what you think. I think you'll enjoy it.
Beautiful, beautiful, Lawrence. And Lawrence, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this show. And thanks for the musical awesomeness and keeping Grand Slam alive all through these years. And thanks again for everything that you have been doing for the metal and rock community all around the world. And really looking forward to see Grand Slam on a big worldwide tour. And I wish you all the best and hope to see you real soon.
Yes, it's my pleasure, and it's great to meet you. And hopefully, we'll meet in person and for a live show somewhere. And thank you for the support and your lovely words. Thank you, man.
Thank you so much, Lawrence. You have a great day out there. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.